Hey guys, excuse me, I have like a frog in my throat today. Sorry for the bad lighting off and on. That's how it is when I'm driving. But today we are, does it even matter where we're going? I'll tell you guys anyway. So here's the complicated story for today. I have been using the KKW lip pencil in the shade Nude 2.5 for a long time, and I want to get a backup, but it's been sold out on Ulta.com for the longest time. You know, I was waiting it out because I was like, well, I'm gonna not go to the store, I'm gonna wait it out and it'll come back in stock eventually. Well, it's still not coming back in stock, and I don't know if it's an issue of KKW not sending stock to Ulta's warehouses. I don't know. I don't really care, but there's a store not too far from me that has it, so I'm just going to go over there and pick it up. And then I also need to run by the pet supply store for Axel, and I figured I would bring you guys along with me today. It's really nothing super exciting, but since I have to drive, I wanted to talk to you guys because some of you have reached out to me and said, do you know about Leslie Bass? Do you know about what Katie did to her? Can you look into it and share your opinion and give your reactions? So initially I was going to watch Leslie's video and react to it and film it at home. But once I learned what it was all about, there's really no way to, those reactions are great to film and I love providing that to you guys, but I feel like this is so serious in nature and it is so fucked up that I just need to talk to you guys about it. I'm not going to do a reaction. So that's what I want to talk about today while I'm driving. I don't want to tell you guys, oh, this is who Leslie is, because I don't know her in a super detailed manner. I was introduced to her only once I knew about Katie Joy. I had heard her name being circulated for a while and how Katie had done her wrong. So I had heard of her name, never went to her channel, never really looked into it because I continue making other content. And then a little while ago, a few of you actually said, can you look into Leslie again? Like, this is crazy. So first of all, let's talk about financial records. If you guys don't know, my full-time job is in wealth management, financial advisory. So for me, coming from the seat of having to abide by the SEC and having been involved in SEC exams and audits, and also working with clients on the client side and knowing how important financial confidentiality is, to hear that someone took someone's personal financial information and put it out onto a public platform like Instagram or YouTube makes me so angry. And it would make me, don't get this twisted, it would make me angry even if I was working as a waitress, or if I was an artist, or if I was working in the medical field. Like, doesn't matter. But the reason that I am telling you guys, you know, reminding anyone who doesn't know of my full-time job, is because I realize how much damage can be done if someone's financial records are put into the wrong hands. I realize why there's so many layers of protection out there to make sure that things can stay under lock and key, so to speak, even if it's all digital. You guys know what I mean. Lock and key, it's kept out of, bad people's hands. So whether your financial records are considered your bank records or even something like filing for bankruptcy, I don't think that there is ever any circumstance that would warrant that information being aired out on a platform like YouTube or Instagram, Twitter, whatever. It is disgusting, and it's nobody's fucking business, is the way I look at it. Katie, I've noticed, has a very predictable way that she goes about herself, where if she does not like someone, one of her avenues to discredit that person is to talk about how poor they are. And I don't fucking like people like that, all right? So here's the thing. Your income has nothing to do with your soul or where your heart lays. I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are some very, very, very wealthy people out there who are actual scumbags and pieces of shit. And they have the high net worth, and they have all the investments, and they have all their little businesses and all of this money rolling in. And they have no moral compass and no class, even though they have the 6-figure net worth attached to their name. So I don't understand why Katie, it just really goes to show how ignorant and stupid she is, in my personal opinion, to attempt to discount someone's credibility or what kind of person they are because they filed for bankruptcy, or they missed a car payment, or they didn't have enough money to make a down payment on a house. Like, these kinds of things are irrelevant, in my opinion, to what someone's true intentions are. And of course, we all know that if somebody got a hold of Katie's financial records and decided to air those out on the internet, there would be hell to pay for whoever did that to her. Everything is always so goddamn one-sided with her, and it pisses me off. I guess the thing that I really have a hard time wrapping my mind around is I cannot reason with someone who would ever think that that was a reasonable way to go through life. Even if you didn't like the person or you think that they did you wrong, that's your payback by, telling all of your little minion followers that they filed bankruptcy. And then this whole second part of this is that Katie came up with this whole storyline that Leslie, first of all, she kept calling it a fundraiser. It wasn't a fundraiser, but she tried to say that she took money from her subscribers and made a car payment, which in Leslie's video, which I will link in my description box down below, she shows all of the proof that that's not accurate. And it also wasn't a fundraiser. Katie likes to correct everyone when they get something wrong on her behalf, but she's allowed to just name things fundraisers and get names wrong and definitions wrong, and it's no big deal, right? But when you really think of all of these things that Katie Joy sits back and points the finger and says, this person's doing this, they're wrong, they did so and so. When you really sit back and look at it, let's talk about YouTubers taking money from their subscribers and spending it on things that they shouldn't be spending it on. How about her asking for GoFundMe help for legal fees and then showing up with fresh Botox and fillers right after that, and collecting super chats from subscribers and then blocking them because they had to donate to even have their question acknowledged? Let's talk about misusing your subscribers and charging them membership fees on a channel that you weren't active on in over 3 months. Just collecting those membership fees, weren't you? So I guess if you want to try to look at the situation of what Katie did to Leslie and try to come up with a reason why, here's what I think. I think based on the content that I've seen, Leslie covers similar content to KJ. Not the same, because from what I saw, I didn't see anything Duggars or Sister Wives, but I know she covers a lot of the teen mom stuff. Again, content that I couldn't care less about, but she's doing her thing. If she has people that, you know, if she has people that want to hear that from her, and she is reporting the information as opinion and not fact, and she's not digging up people's family trees and, you know, making false accusations against people, like, let her do her thing if she's over there and that's what she likes to do. So I think that Katie is jealous, surprise, surprise, because Leslie is a young, pretty girl who is building a little audience by making commentary on something that Katie also covers. And I think that it comes down to jealousy. I think that the people that Katie picks on the most, it usually can come back to jealousy. Of course, that's just my opinion. I have no evidence to, you know, actually prove that. But it's very clear that she takes a personal issue with people who are pretty. Like, that sounds so bad to say, because it shouldn't be like that, but it is. You know, you look at her issues that she took up with Tati. You know, Tati was pretty and successful, and, you know, maybe she looks at Leslie in the same way. Maybe she had it more out for Leslie because she covers the same stuff as KJ does, but either way, it's completely unwarranted. And listening to Leslie give her side of the story, she did 2 videos about this, it made my heart really sore for Leslie to listen to her have to tell this information that shouldn't be anyone's business. Listen to her tell that info and air out all of her financial struggles because Katie decided to go out of her way and make this information public. And the clips that Leslie shows when Katie was on, like, I think she was on Instagram Live or something, of course doing her makeup with the beauty guru skills that she has. So she was, when she was speaking about these issues that Leslie was experiencing, it was truly sick how much pleasure she took in airing out this information. I mean, you would think that by Katie talking, you would swear that she like found the cure for, cancer or something. She was so proud of herself, and she was so much on her soapbox, just like, spreading like breaking news. It was disgusting. So if you haven't heard about all this and you're curious, go look at the videos in my description box and leave a comment for Leslie. I'm sure that she could, if you want to. Obviously, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I'm sure that she could use some words of compassion after having gone through what she went through with Katie. It's just ridiculous. There are plenty of people on this platform that cover the same things that I do and talk about similar stuff that I do. I could not imagine doing that to someone. I just cannot think, like, in what universe would that ever be remotely even close to normal? It is weird behavior, it is abnormal behavior, and it should not be applauded by Katie's bizarre little subscribers that she has over there. And this is not something, I also want to clarify, this is not something that just happened. So it is a little bit outdated, but the reason that it was put on my radar is because Leslie's videos that she made responding to it and showing her side just came out. And I'm actually glad that I waited to talk about this, because this was the perfect opportunity for me to discuss Leslie. Again, don't really care for the kind of content that she makes, but it's nothing against her. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't care about those teen moms and all that kind of stuff at all. So I'm glad that I waited to speak on this until I did. I wish Leslie all the best. I just think it sucks. It really sucks that Katie would take it upon herself to do this. Okay guys, so I'm gonna run in Ulta and I'll be right back. Before we go, I will show you. They were having buy one get one half off of Soap and Glory products. They did not have my Clean On Me shower gel or the body butter, but I did need a backup of the, you guys see that? This is the normal body lotion. So we keep this on our sink, and it's just kind of like a lighter version of the body butter. It's really nice. Oh, I got this nail polish. I'll show you guys. This is like the brightest, like red orange color. So I got that. Oh, I meant to get a new bottle of a matte top coat. And then the Scrub of Your Life. This is a nice scrub. I didn't get the Flake Away because I just bought one of those. And then I got the last lip pencil that they had, the Nude 2.5. I don't love a lot of the stuff from KKW Beauty, but this lip pencil is really good. Y'all can look at Google swatches online if you're curious. I wasn't gonna get the nail polish, but the bright red, like fiery red color that I have at home right now, I've literally had it for like 4 years. I need to get rid of it, and I'm not able to use it just because it's super old, and I don't know. I'd rather not use a nail polish that's like over 4 years old probably. I need to go over to Target really quick because those Baby Bum hand sanitizers that I'm always talking about, I ended up giving a handful of them to my dad So I want to get a couple to replenish our stock. I feel like people are onto my secret because the past couple times I've looked for them, they've been sold out. So we'll just run in Target and see if they have them. Do y'all ever go to PetSmart? Do you shop at big box stores for your pets, or do you shop more like small stores for your animals? I would love to know. We go to small local supply stores. I'm just not really a fan of PetSmart and like Petco and stuff. We have, I mean, if that's like, if that was the only thing that was around me, then I would obviously have no choice. But luckily we have a few options of other stores so that we can support small business owners in our area. So since we've had Axel, I buy his stuff from these small local stores. Now, don't get me wrong, there have been a couple times where I've been in like a pinch and had to go buy PetSmart, but the entire time that we've had Axel, that's probably been less than, it might have been 4 or 5 times in total. I really hope that Target is not like a complete madhouse. Let's hope that it's not. If the parking lot looks hectic, then I will probably just put it off and go later this week or something. But the Target that I'm going to tends to be less busy. So we will try our luck and see what it looks like. So yeah, with Leslie and the whole thing with the financial stuff, when I think of these things that Katie Joy does, I see someone who is just very vindictive and very jealous of others. That's the only thing that I can really boil it down to, is that if you come across her radar and she decides that she doesn't like you, then there will be hell to pay. But I just felt really bad for Leslie having to, the whole, filing of the bankruptcy and stuff and all of that, and her having to explain to people why they were in that position and all of this stuff. Like, that is nobody's business. Like, whatever your circumstances are between either you or you and your husband or you and your wife or girlfriend or whoever, that is not the general public's information unless you choose to make it their information. It should not be leaked by some lady in Minnesota because she decided she didn't fucking like you. It's just another thing that Katie has done, add it to the list of people that she's hurt, both indirectly and directly. I also find it really interesting that Katie has said that, she's so open to criticism and she wants to hear from people and all of this kind of stuff. And shortly after, she makes an announcement that all of her videos are going to have comments disabled and the like to dislike ratio disabled. So how are you open to all of this criticism, ma'am? If you are open to the criticism, to me, tell me if I'm wrong, guys, to me, that would be allowing people to leave their like or their dislike and also leave their comment, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. indifferent. That is listening to people. That is listening and allowing people to have a voice. I'm gonna go buy Starbucks because, as we all know, the Starbucks inside Target is no bueno. So we're just gonna go over to this one, grab a coffee, and then head over to Target. Hopefully the line isn't out the wazoo. You know, I've noticed a lot of bank branches closing. I don't know if it's like that where you guys are too. Oh my Lord, I'm not waiting in this line. That is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna run in Starbucks and I'll be right back. Oh my God, you guys, I have to tell you, this like literally, so this isn't even a sad story, but like, it's so sweet. So, by the way, I got my coffee. So I was in there, and when I was waiting for my drink, I was reading comments, and this girl left me a comment, and I'm not going to read her name because I didn't write it down and I don't remember, but it's a public comment, and she said, I found my 3-year-old son, I think she said son. She said, I found my 3-year-old taking a washable brown marker yesterday and coloring on his gray stuffed animal dog. And when she asked him what he was doing, he said that he wanted his dog to look like Axel, okay? You guys, like, that is, it's not even sad. Like, why am I getting sad? It's just awesome to like have you guys care. It's just awesome to like have you guys care because, like, you know how important Axel is to me. And just to know that, like, you guys care about him too. Like, there was a video, I think last week, where I did not put a clip of Axel. I think it was the video where I was discussing Josh from Dad Challenge podcast. I did not put a clip of Axel in that video because I just felt like it was a little bit more serious in nature, and I just wanted to like do the video and like get it out, so you know, it's fine. And once in a while it might be like that. If I feel like the video is a little bit more serious, like, you know, there might be times where I forget, like, but either way, some of you guys asked, like, where's Axel? Like, where's the clip of Axel? And like, I don't know. Just the fact that like something so small, something so small like matters to you guys, like, it's just really cool. So I'm so happy that, I forget who even suggested, it was probably more than one person, that I put the clip of Axel in the video every day. Thank you to anyone who came up with that idea, because it's such a good, it was just such a good idea, and it's something that is different for my channel that I can do for you guys, and it's just awesome to like see that it's so well received. So I didn't mean to get all sad, but Axel is my whole life, so I should have brought him with me, but I can't leave him in the car when I run errands. I don't like doing that. We don't even need anything like that bad. Like, he has food and all that, but we need some of the poop bags, because in our neighborhood, I'm not even kidding you, like the little stations that they have, like half the time there's like no bags. I swear, like, I witnessed this lady, I'm not even exaggerating this, I witnessed a lady, I was walking Axel, she comes up to the like little station thing or whatever, takes like 15 bags out, and then she takes like 15 bags out and goes back in her house. I'm like, lady, like, you literally just took the damn thing probably only holds 20 bags at a time, and she just like, but I'm also kind of like non-confrontational when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I wasn't gonna be like, hey, don't do that. Like, what am I gonna do? Not like neighborhood watch. Katie Joy would have probably called the police on her, allegedly. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go in here, get a couple things, and then we'll be on our way to the pet store. So I'll be right back. Ooh, that is a whole lot of sun. Try to move it a little bit. Is that better or worse? Hopefully it's better. So I wanted to show you guys, Axel does not typically care for plush toys like Squeaky. He just doesn't care. But once in a while, if I find one that's cute enough, I'll buy it for him. And Target had this little burrito. How cute is that? From BarkBox. And he might like this one because it has the crinkle, and then the squeaker is pretty loud on it. So he might like this one. But we'll have to wait and see what he does with it. Sometimes he'll just play with it for like 4 seconds, and then it stays in the toy box or in the basket. But the other thing, honorable mention, that I got, and I didn't realize it was messed up until I already bought it. It's got this little thing. I'll have to take a razor and cut it so it's even. It's not that big of a deal, but I love these notebooks with this kind of binding. I forget what the binding style is called, but I absolutely love these. I have this one here that I put a sticker over the little, it was like a little saying right here. I didn't like it, so I put a watermelon over it. But I absolutely love these. They feel really nice. They're the reason that I like them so much is this binding style. When you open it, it opens completely flat so that you're not having to deal with a weird hump in the middle, if that makes sense. That's pretty much all that I got. Oh, I got these for my dad because he's coming on Wednesday to get his Christmas card, and I'm just gonna hang out with him for a little bit. But I figured that these would be useful for he can just keep them in the car if he doesn't have any already. These alcohol wipes, so they're good to just like clean your hands, or wipe down your steering wheel if you have to, like stuff like that. So, and then I got some more of the hand sanitizers. They were fully stocked at Target. Now all we need to do is go to the pet store and then we'll be done. This guy like parked in front of me and is staring at me. If this was like even like 5 years ago, I would say, maybe people are weirded out because they see someone talking to themselves, or they think they're talking to themselves even though they don't see the camera, or if they don't notice the camera. But now I feel like so many people vlog and make videos. I don't really understand why people are still so like weirded out by it. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna rant to you guys for a second about this because I just saw this lady right here. And please do not take this in the wrong way. I bring up these more sensitive things to open up a dialogue with you guys and have a conversation and see, like, am I alone? Am I a weirdo? Am I being so that's always the point of these sort of conversations. So there was a lady, and I see this often in shopping centers year round. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas or in the middle of the summer. There will be a lady with a child in a stroller, and she will have a cardboard sign and say that she needs money for her children. And out of curiosity, I did my own little research on this. I'm like, why am I seeing this just all of a sudden? And evidently, this is something where it almost seems like it's usually a couple that starts this, and the couple works together. So the man will drop the woman and the child off at a shopping center. So the man will drop the woman and the child off at a shopping center that's busy, and the woman will collect money. And if it's someone who is actually hurting and they need money, you know, I'm very used to homeless people. I grew up, you know, in and around a major city. Like, DC has homeless people everywhere. So it's not, you know, that's not the thing that is like off-putting about it. The thing that's off-putting to me about it is that they will have the child outside with them, and it almost seems like the child is there with them with the intention of the child making the people drive by feel really badly. Because if you look over and you just see a woman with a cardboard sign, a lot of people aren't going to look at that and say, oh my God, you know, let me pull over. But if you see a woman with a child in a stroller with a cardboard sign, you're going to automatically pay more attention because you see a child outside when it's freezing cold outside. Like, today is the kind of day where it's pretty cold out, and I don't even, on days like this when it's uncomfortably cold out, I don't even keep Axel outside for extended periods of time. Because if I'm uncomfortable, I assume he's uncomfortable. That's just how I roll. You know, it's a little different like if it's snowing and we're like outside playing, but I'm talking about just a normal day where it's just cold. And it just doesn't sit with me. It doesn't sit well seeing a child have to sit outside all day with the woman who is asking for money. I just don't like that. If, like I said, if you're going to, you know, if you're going to be outside all day and that's, you know, what you're doing, okay, but allow your child to sit comfortably inside a car or inside wherever it is. You know, half the time, based on what I was reading, half the time these people aren't actually even homeless, which is really unfortunate because I've given money to many homeless people over the years, especially the ones that I used to see in and around the metro stations when I was working, you know, in a major city, like inside a major city, because I would see the same homeless people every single day. So I never questioned their motives or what their true story was, because I would see them. It wasn't like I would just see them outside when it was convenient. It would be like in the blistering heat, in the freezing cold, when it was pouring down rain, I would see these people, the same couple of people outside. There was actually a guy that I used to see. I saw him for a shorter period of time, so what I'm hoping happened is that he found a place to live, but he actually had a dog, and his dog would be out there with him, and you guys, like, I was in tears one day when I walked into my office the first time I saw him, and I ended up giving him money on several occasions, and then I just stopped seeing him. So I'm really hoping that he was able to maybe stay with a friend friend or a family member, because obviously with a dog, you're not going to be able to just walk into a homeless shelter and have your dog stay with you as well, at least based on what I know. The thing that I'm saying is not why are you begging for money. The thing that I am saying is, why is your child having to do the work as well? Does that make sense? I really hope that it does. And typically when I see these women, I don't see a lot of cars stopping and giving them money. And obviously I'm not standing there or sitting there in the parking lot for hours watching. But I don't know, maybe other people feel the same way I do about it, where it's just not right to kind of like use your child to like pull at heartstrings in order to gain more attention. Just doesn't, I don't like it. So I hope what I was saying earlier all makes good sense. I think that it did with Leslie. You know, if y'all are into the teen mom stuff and keeping up with the that side of like, you know, reality TV, I couldn't think of the word. If you guys are into keeping up with that stuff, go check out her channel, because she does seem to do consistent uploading, and she, you know, gives her commentary and stuff. Again, I don't know anything about like her as a person. I just know a brief overview of what I saw on her channel, and I know this story between her and Katie, and the fact that Katie decided to air her financial struggles to the internet, which I think is disgusting. But Katie Joy never seems to disappoint in the arena of being gross on the internet. Some people are like just getting their Christmas tree. Are there still people that wait to decorate their house until like a few days before Christmas? Is that still a thing? We always decorated, I mean, you know, still do, typically the weekend after Thanksgiving. But I guess it depends. I think a lot of people, you know, do what they experienced growing up, and it just kind of like flows over every year. You just tend to like carry on these traditions of whatever you saw growing up, and that's cool too. But I always kind of wonder like, wow, it seems kind of late to be putting up a Christmas tree, but if that's your tradition, that's your tradition. We watched Home Alone 2 last night. I like Home Alone 1 more than Home Alone 2. I like both of them, but Home Alone 1 is just so classic. And I kept looking for it because I wanted to record it in case, you know, assuming it was coming on during a time that I wasn't going to be home or couldn't sit down and watch it. So I set it to record. It comes on tonight, I think, at like 7. So I'll be able to watch it a few times in between now and Christmas. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm sure that you guys will probably know as well if you frequent Starbucks, but they did put all of their holiday drinkware on sale for 30% off, and I noticed it was the same inside Target. So if you've had your eyes peeled on any of the holiday cups, now is a good time to get them, because I think that they just went on sale, so you can kind of like have a pick without having to worry too much about nothing being left. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna run in here and get Axel some poop bags, super exciting, and maybe get him a no-hide chew or something along those lines. We will see. But for now, if you guys like this video, please leave me a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.